Hello, welcome back to the Reynoldsville Shoreline. In this video I want to cover the rest of the major industries on the layout. Starting with this is Carolina grain. Carolina grain is made with the Walthers ADM granary, and there are two grain bins in the back along with a large tank that I'm using that to represent syrup storage. And also in the front there is a LPG tank to use to heat the grain dryer that's in the back. I made this basically just as the kit is, except I removed the very top section, so it changes the profile of it, makes it look a little bit different. And then putting the grain bins in back, I kit bashed the conveyor, or I'm sorry, the auger that connects the two. Moving on down the line, you can see areas where I still need to putty and paint the backdrop. And I'm going to be putting some hills. And in the foreground here, we see a team track. And the team track, the great thing I like about it is number one, it's an easy industry. All you basically got to do is just have a gravel parking lot, and in my case I put a ramp for unloading, so there's even some intermodal traffic on the Reynoldsville short line. The other great thing is the many different type of cars that can be received. As here I can use box cars to be bringing stuff in, refrigerated cars, and trucks and can come over and be loaded or unloaded. I can bring in heavy equipment to be unloaded using the ramp, fertilizer, you name it, it can come in here. So there's nothing to limit what can be done on a team track. In the back I have what's called Par Foods. Par Foods is a food processing company. It's made with two of the Centennial Mill building flats. They're kit bashed together, and as you can probably see, I used a downspout pipe where the joint is to hide that. And being a food processor, much like the team track, the industry can receive a great assortment of cars: box cars, tank cars, covered hoppers with grain, tank cars with syrup. So awesome industry. I got this idea from Lance Meinheim, who talks about industries that can receive multiple type of cars and how useful they are on a small layout. And in the front here, the large red brick building is from Superior Paper. It's the warehouse building, and I've used it as a standalone industry. The name of this industry is MCR. MCR makes cardboard, uses cardboard to make displays, makes plastics, and in the back you'll see the tower and the tanks from Magic Pan Bakery. I'm using that as to represent the plastic pellets that are brought in and where they're stored. And then also there's some tanks attached to a pike stuff building. So again, this industry, I can receive hopper cars with plastic pellet, tanks for chemicals, and box cars. So multiple type of cars can come in here, and these are awesome industries for that. Moving on over, this pike stuff kit, more than anything, it's a off layout industry, or an industry that does not receive rail traffic, and basically it is there to hide the end of the tail track. So just trying to use things I have around to be useful. Moving on over, this is MSH. MSH is a metal fabrication company. This is a complete kit bash, except for the only thing that I did not make out of stock styrene is the cyclone breather. And I used it from one of the Centennial meal kits that was left over. And then this large air conditioner building here, I'm not even sure where it came from. I do remember picking it up at a show, but I did not pay a whole lot of money for it. Did a little weathering on it, a little bit of painting. Turned out to be a great addition to the building. And in the front here, something that is not built is the overhead traveling crane, which I'll be building that and getting it on the layout. And you can see Eugene Yard here. Eugene Yard is the yard for the Reynoldsville Short Line. In the back, you may remember in a previous video, I had a two-story building there. I've decided to use this track as an interchange track, and when I build the next section of the layout, it'll continue on another 3 feet and an inch or so. So when it's all said and done, I'll have approximately 7-foot interchange track. The building that was here, I'm going to be using that on the section of the layout that is yet to be built. It's going to be part of the continuous run. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. In a future video, I want to show you some trains running and do a little switching for you. I hope you enjoy it also. Thanks and have a great day.